Hi Gemini, welcome. So Gemini, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to be starting with the spiritual messages and then we'll go into the you versus them love reading. My readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when it's for you, and let's get into it. So first card out is the card of Libra. Some of you may be connecting with Libra energy or have that in your chart, and or it's just simply the influencing vibes. And I also got for some of you a time frame. Libra season is what, October-ish, late September to mid-October, highlighting that time period. I don't know if you have anything significant going on then, but I guess mark it on your calendar and come back to this reading. Anyways, it's all about harmony, cooperation, relationships, finding that balance there. Also, this talks about justice and feeling justified, right? And sometimes that can lead to kind of like a judgmental energy. So just be careful with that. Be cautious with that. I think it's all right to be discerning, but, you know, and have opinions. But it's one thing to be discerning and have thoughts versus opinionated and judgmental. They just give off different vibes, you know what I mean? Like one's going to get you what you want and one's just going to put people off, just saying. But sometimes this can be a very people-pleasing energy at the same time, so be careful with that. So let's get into it though and see. Now I was pulling cards and I did a meditation before I started this video. I always meditate before all of my readings. And I got the card of Revolution, which had a lightning bolt picture on it. And that reminded me of the Aquarius reading, which I almost titled Lightning Crashes, but then I didn't because that's the song that came up. If you are connecting with Aquarian energy, check that reading out as well. But I feel like the significance here for you, Gemini, either way, is that that card talks about insights and breakthroughs. And sometimes it can talk also about like expecting the unexpected. So there might be some unexpected changes coming through here for you, Gemini. But let's see. What else can Gemini expect during this time frame? You have card number 3 of isolation. Oh, another 3. Card number 3 of experiencing. And card number 7 of projection. So 3 being a major number, mark that down on your notepad. 333, you may be seeing that come through the clock. But it also numerologically speaking, maybe check out what the spiritual meaning of 3s is. Anyways, and aren't you the 3rd in the zodiac, right? Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Yeah, pretty sure you ruled the 3rd house. Just saying. Okay, anyways. These are very contradictory energies, even though they're both the number 3. This card, I know my lighting is too light, is the card of isolation. I don't know if you can see that. And then this card is the card of adventure and experience. So you see like the vast contrast between the two, where one is literally talking about being alone, alone time, isolating yourself. And then the other one is like going out, getting out in nature, getting out with friends. So I don't know if you're dovetailing between those two energies, Gemini, you know, and or if it's an encouragement for those of you who haven't been getting out to get out a little bit more, especially if you're feeling like lonely or depressed during your alone time, right? I feel like being alone or having a lot of alone time can net you 2 different things depending on where your perception is. It could either feel isolating and depressing, or it can feel like freedom and happiness. So, you know, it's a lot about perception, Gemini, and how you're choosing to perceive this, or how you choose to utilize and perceive your alone time that really matters the most. When it comes to relationships, and again, this reminds me of the Aqua reading, but they have the card of projections, which is mirroring your partner possibly, or the people around you, right? So projecting is what happens when we are projecting our desires, our emotions or thoughts or beliefs, and putting that out there onto another person and viewing it as if it is them and not us. Is that making sense to you? I know everybody knows what the concept of projecting, you know, is, but sometimes it's hard to catch ourselves doing it though. I think it's easy to spot when somebody's like projecting at you. Like, have you ever been in a situation where, you know, you knew the person you were talking to was projecting their own like guilt or insecurity onto you? And it's so obvious, right? When you're on the receiving end of it. But when we are the ones doing it, it's a lot harder to catch, right? Because you have to be very self-aware in order to catch it. And, you know, just quite frankly, a lot of people aren't that very aware of themselves. But I feel like if you're drawn to me and you're drawn to this channel, you probably are more on the self-awareness side. So you may catch yourself, Gemini, like projecting, not meaning to. And I do feel it is either unconscious or not, like you're not meaning to do it. It's just happening, right? So it's just, I guess it's just something else to be aware of. Like, is there an area of your life or a relationship that you're in where you're projecting a lot of your own ideas onto that situation? And if so, there's an awareness coming around that. And vice versa, if somebody's doing that to you, there's an awareness coming in around that. So, whew, that's a lot of words. Let's get into this and see what else we have coming through for my Geminis. I just want to say though, like the energy feels so good to me lately. And I felt it when I was preparing for your reading, just more of like an easy, like flowy energy coming through. So hopefully you guys are feeling that too. But let's see what the cards have to say. What can Gemini expect during this time frame? 5 of Swords, King of Cups. What else? 5 of Pentacles. Now this is interesting. You had 2 3s and now 2 5s. So there seems to be repetition coming through. 5s represent conflict and change. So there may be that as well. And I want to say, before I started this reading, I could not stop singing this song. I think the dude that wrote the song became famous on TikTok. And I don't even know his name. I don't know if he's ever sang another song. Or what the name of the song is, but it's about pretty much the economic state of the world right now, and that's why the song was popular. But it's been in my head all day, and it's popping through again right now. But he says, and it ain't what you think, and it ain't what you do. People like me and people like you. It's a damn shame what the world's coming to. And I'm getting the words all mixed up. Richmond, something about Richmond. For the rich men in Richmond. And basically what the song is about is being financially suppressed. You know, the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, and the contention that is felt around that. And I think if you live in the US right now, you definitely know, you know what I'm talking about, is the cost of living is astronomical right now. So I don't know why that's coming through. Maybe I'm connecting with some Geminis who just are a fan of that song, or maybe you yourself are in that position where it's like, no matter what you do, no matter how hard you work, you know, it just doesn't seem like you're getting your due pay or your due severance, or, you know, like not making ends meet for some of you. And there's a lot of frustration around that. And that's felt really globally, but, you know, these are hard economic times for a lot of us in the collective. So it's understandable. So for the Geminis who are connecting and resonating with that, I think it's very interesting that you have 2 5s that came out. So this is like literally stressing over money. And the thing to understand about money, and I feel like I've said this to you so many times, but I'm going to say it again. The funny thing about money is it's energy. It's energy. It's energy. It's energy. I know we think of it as like this physical manifestation, and I'm not saying, you know, that there isn't a physical manifestation, but I'm saying it's energy first. Everything is energy first, right? And money flow has a lot to do with how you're flowing energy, and not just as it pertains to money and your beliefs about money, but just in general. How often are you in the flow, aka how often are you feeling good, and how often are you out of the flow, aka how often are you not feeling good? The more you're in the flow, the faster and easier things will come to you, including money, including opportunities, right? The more often you're not feeling good, or you're not in that good feeling space, the harder it is. The longer you have to wait, the more difficult it is, the harder you have to work, and the less you make. Have you noticed? It's energy flow. But it also has a lot to do with your belief structures, Gemini. And do you believe that money can come easy to you? Or do you believe it's difficult to find? And some may say, well, I believe it's difficult because it's always been difficult, you know? And maybe that's true, right? I'm not saying that that's not true in your experience, but I'm saying it doesn't have to be the truth of your experience. Because there are many people who are thriving. Yes, even in this economy, there are many. And what is the difference? They've found a way to get into the flow. They found a way to eliminate that belief. And a lot of people say, well, I'll believe in the flow and the flow comes to me, and it doesn't work that way. I'll believe that the money can come easy when it starts coming. Nope, not going to work that way either. It's like you have to change the belief, aka the vibration, aka how you feel, aka your mood, right? And your expectation before the physical manifestations can change. So it's just the opposite, because people will say, fine, give me the $1 million and I will feel good. And I would say, first you've got to feel good, and then the $1 million will come. And until you are able to do that, and as long as you use that excuse to hold yourself away from happiness, it can't come, and it never will, right? So it's about changing your belief structures and feeling good even without the condition, even without the money, even without the best job and the best house. Just finding a way to feel good right here, right now, for no absolute reason other than you're alive. It's called gratitude. Or appreciation. Bask in that emotion for as often as you can, as many days in a row as you can, whenever you can. And I promise you, these solutions, the right people, the right timing, the right job, the right moment, the right lotto ticket for some of you will find its way to you. It is law. It is law, it is law, it is law. And I am living proof of law of attraction because I've practiced it most of my life. And money can flow to you in so many different ways. It would blow your mind. It would blow your mind. I don't know why I'm going into this. And I feel like I keep going into the subject when it comes to you, Gemini. But let's not make it about money, because not all of you are in that boat. Although all of us could use a little bit more, right? Some of you, this is about relationships, right? Feeling stressed out, feeling, you know, like isolated almost, or a feeling of lack thereof around fairness or justice in relationships. And I would say that the speech I just gave you about money also applies there, because it's energy, it's energy, it's energy. If you have set forth expectations and projected those expectations of a partner or a person or a relationship, and they are not what you actually want out of that partner, that person, that relationship, then you have negative expectation in your way of getting what you want. You've got a negative belief that is blocking you quite literally from getting what you want out of relationships. And so how do you unblock yourself? You start to get in the flow as often as you can. And we could get real detailed with, like, you could do manifestation wheels, positive affirmations, yada yada. But sometimes I think there's too much effort in that it actually works against you. I really want to simplify this for you. The best thing you can do for yourself is to think good feeling thoughts as often and as long as you can on a daily routine basis. And the rest will work itself out. The universe is incredibly intelligent. It knows exactly what you want, and it'll bring it to you. It will bring it to you as long as you don't block it. So anyways, Gemini, I feel like I'm going on a little rant skis here. Refocus. Let's see what else. What else? Queen of Pentacles. Because the rich man, a rich man, it's a damn shame. You know what's very interesting about that song? First of all, he rocked it. That song is awesome. Very catchy. But at the same time, he's pushing against. Finding the problem with why the money's not coming to you and then making that problem something outside of you is not actually going to benefit you. So anyways. Okay, Page of Wands. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. So I feel like this is you, Gemini, even though I know you're not an earth or fire sign, but this is showing up in the emotions. This is really positive energy, positive manifestations. This is my witchy witch card, and I mean that in a positive, beautiful way. Like, this is somebody who can make things happen, right? This is also an energy that knows their worth, that is not just willy-nilly going to give their time and energy and attention to just anybody, right? This is a very discerning energy. And then you have the Page of Wands, which is like a very playful, you know, in it for the fun type of vibe. So I actually feel you guys are already making that shift, you know, and for a lot of you, I'm just preaching to the choir, and my apologies for that if I am, but you're coming out of this phase where everything just, nothing makes no damn sense, you know. You're feeling stressed out and you're trying to maintain your balance, you're trying to maintain your composure, but it's just weighing on you. I feel like there's things that are really weighing on your energy here, whether it's money or relationships or both, I'm not sure. But see, the thing is that I feel like you're making magic out of this. Like, you are literally alchemizing this energy. And then going into this more playful attitude of like, you know what? Okay, but here's what I do have. Me, my worth, my happiness, my creativity. And I'm going to have fun with this. It's almost like taking something serious and being like, you know, I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this. You know, have you ever been forced to do something you didn't want to do? And so you have a choice. Like, you can either be miserable while you do it, or you can find a way to make it fun. And there's really not much that you can't make fun. And I've had some pretty terrible jobs, I'm not gonna lie, you know, that wouldn't seem fun to most people, but the mind is a powerful thing. And if you can find a way to make it fun, by the way, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever task or responsibility or job that you have, if you find a way to make it fun and easy, more fun and easy will start flowing to you, and you'll start finding improvements in your current situation or job or whatever. And then that will always lead to a better position or a better opportunity that is more fun and relaxing. Law of attraction. Vice versa, if you're somebody who's doing something that you really don't want to do and you choose to moan and complain and whine and, you know, like push against it the whole time, you're just miserable while you're doing it, guess what? That job is going to go nowhere. There will be no opportunities opening up to you, and it will just continue to be miserable until you get fired or quit. You know what I mean? Like, the only way to move energy is through positive energy. That's it. The only way to move it in the way that you want, I should say. I don't know why I'm going on this rant. I hope this is touching who it needs to touch. Anyways, the Fool, Two of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like this is really your time to shine here. You have 2 cards of new beginnings. The 2 of Wands talks about making a decision and like moving towards it. And the Ace of Pentacles is like a big opportunity. So again, you know, it's like you're going from this listless, like feeling like there's nothing on the horizon to a big opportunity. And this could be an unexpected change. Some of you, it's going to come in during this time frame of July. Others of you, it's going to be September, October, Libra season, where things are going to shift and change. And where there was nothing, now there is something. Now, I'm getting a lot of money references. So going from, you know, having nothing to a little something, or maybe a lot of something. But it could also be in relationships, feeling isolated, you know, like left out in the cold or misunderstood. Maybe even projecting on that person or them doing that to you, to then going to this space of, you know, feeling understood and things working out for you in a tangible way, or a commitment coming through where there was once nothing. So how do you get from there to there? You got to feel good along the way, right? And find your inner peace, find your inner balance. And you don't got to master it all the time, every day. We're all going to have bad moments, bad days, whatever. And that's fine. That's fine. That's normal. That's good. That's good. It's a good thing, right? Just don't let yourself live there. That's all. Then just bounce back as often as you can. Wake up, clean the slate as often as you can. Practice this on a daily basis. Be conscious of it. And you will see movement. Now, some of you don't even have to do all of that, although I would advise it because it's going to bring it in faster. But I feel like either way, there's an improvement coming in, a situation that I feel has you really stressed, or maybe feeling like there's not answers around, and there is. And there is. And if you just chill out and have a little bit of fun and feel good about yourself, Gemini, for goodness sakes, you know, and allow yourself to maybe even get out a little bit more. Then right here on the horizon, boom, there it is. The opportunity you've been waiting for. So let's see what the guidance is for Gemini. Then we'll go into the you versus them love reading. Card number 52, feeling negative emotions means I'm launching a request. As more people observe hardship and strike a tense, resistant pose, and therefore disallow their own well-being, others use them as their reason to do the same. How crazy is that? Here I'm talking about that song, Richmond. I don't know if that's the name of it, where basically he is kind of pushing against society, the rich, the government, right? And that's a tense, resistant pose, right? But yet so damn relatable. And such a catchy song. And it feels like he's sticking up for people, and he is, you know. But anyways, my point later on was literally, but you don't want to mimic that, right? And you don't want to make a lifetime career of pushing against, because it really doesn't result in the change that you think it does, but it really will slow down your own vitality, your own manifestations, if you don't then get into a state of allowance. It's okay to make your point, but then relax, get into a state of allowance, you know? There's got to be ebb and flow to it. Anyways, that's basically what the card says. It says, let me say it again. As more people observe hardship and strike a tense, resistant pose, and therefore disallow their own well-being, others will use them as their reason to do the same. And in a very short time, a very negative pattern of resistance will sweep through the entire population. The good news in this scenario is that in every moment that every person is feeling that negative emotion about the economic state, vibrational requests for more abundance are launched. And those requests are heard clearly and responded to immediately by source, and those who are in the highest vibration will benefit from the request for more abundance that was launched. So what do you want to be a match to? The complainers or those receiving the answer, receiving the abundance? It's up to you. Okay, so let's go into the love reading and see what else we have coming through. Stay right there. I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back. All right, Gemini, we're going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it is a general read, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into it. Your card, which just flipped out, is the card of completion. It's a very interesting image right there. Person you're connecting to is the card of the Master. So there may be a missing puzzle piece coming together for you. Sometimes this also talks about, endings and closure. This person has the card of the Master, which is to me like the Magician in normal tarot. So this is just signifying that like this person has either mastered some sort of lesson or karmic lesson that was there for them, and or they have all of the tools that they need to make what they want to happen during this time frame. But let's get into it and see. We're going to look at the most recent past, then how you both perceive and feel about each other, and then most likely outcomes. Recent past for Gemini. What's recent past energy for my Geminis? That's so funny because I noticed this card was at the bottom of the deck, and like I just literally stared at it. I don't know why. And then here it is again, the Page of Swords. So recent past, 8 of Swords. One more. 2 of Wands. So I feel like Gemini, you know, the Page of Swords to me is a very skeptical energy. Sometimes this could also signify like online stalking. I don't know if that was you doing that or somebody else, but if not, it just signifies like this kind of sneaky energy almost, you know, like this person looks like they're kind of up to no good, and that could be you. Could also be somebody you were connecting with, or this person. But then you have the 8 of Swords, which is like kind of being stuck and trapped by your own stinking thinking, right? Over-analyzing, overthinking something. And this I do feel in your energy here. And then just getting stuck there, you know, like constantly looking at the problem or constantly feeling stuck maybe mentally. And it was all deriving from, you know, this from the way that you were thinking about the situation more than anything, right? Like the stance you were taking on it or the vibration around it. So and for some reason I also wanted to say perpetuate, the perpetuation of something also contributing to it. I'm not sure what that means. So let's see this person's recent past. 4 of Cups. The Empress. Oh my gosh, the 7 of Swords. So it could have been okay, let me just say what I'm feeling. A spying game is what I heard, like I spy, you spy, I don't know, something secretive here. And or like trust issues, somebody not fully, you know, telling the truth, or somebody hiding things. And again, I can't tell if this is coming from you or them or the both of you, but it's in the past energy. So I feel like this person, what's interesting that sticks out to me the most is like the 4 of Cups is like this I don't care energy, and right next to it is the card of deception. So like saying like, you know, oh, I don't care, or I'm not giving this my attention, when in actuality like they do care, or they're giving it all of their attention, you know. Like there's a vast difference between what was being said and what was being actually felt, right? And again, take that, it could be coming from the both, it could be coming from you, them, you know, however it's resonating with you. It's for some reason hard for me to tell. And I think it's because there was projecting going on, which is interesting because that was in the spiritual part of the reading, that there was projections going on in a relationship. So it very well could be referring to this specific connection. But let's go further and see, how do you perceive this person, Gemini? What do you think of them in the now? 7 of Pentacles, what do you think of them? 6 of Cups. This could be somebody you have history with, or somebody from the past. Or there could just be like a strong familiarity around the connection. Yep, the Devil and the 2 of Cups. But I don't get that it was always the healthiest for you, like, or at least that's how you see it. Like, some of you may view this person as like a toxic person or a toxic relationship, possibly. And again, it could be stemming from the past. Like, this could be a past person or relationship, or it could be stemming from like their past, like, you know, going through a lot of things like in their own upbringing, childhood, or past that created, maybe, I heard a monster. Ooh, I don't want to go that deep, but like a deep shadow. Okay. And maybe you recognized yourself in that a little bit, though. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm getting like the mirror reference again, where, you know, that's not totally a turnoff at the same time for you, or like there's a relatability factor. And, you know, because we all have our traumas, we all have our demons, right? Like, I've never met one pure, 100% pure soul on this planet. And honestly, I don't really believe it exists on this plane, on the vibration that Earth is at. But I've met a lot of good people, though, don't get me wrong. But all of us have like a story, right? And sometimes it's like the story is so relatable or like interesting that it just like sucks you in, like, you know, it like pulls you in. And for some reason, I'm getting like a little bit of that as well here. So yeah, let's see what this person, how do they think of Gemini in the now? 9 of Pentacles. Good Gemini. The Magician. 7 and the 6 of Cups. You almost have the same cards, very similar. So yeah, I feel strongly this is somebody you have a past with, or past history with, or you have like, you both have an interesting story. I don't know, like there's something very familiar about this person, even if you just met them. Okay. And I feel like this person sees you as somebody who's able to manifest their dreams, who can, you know, stand on your own 2 feet. Almost every Gemini I know is very independent. You're just free spirits. You're not like afraid of anything, similar to like Aries energy. So I feel like they see that in you. And maybe you both have invested time into this connection, or over time the connection has developed, right? Or you would like to invest time, one of the 3. So let's see what's in the heart space and how you're feeling then underneath it all towards this person. Gemini, how do you feel? The Chariot, the Sun. Oh, too many, but I'll take them. The Magician, 9 of Swords, the Emperor, and the 4 of Cups. Wow, lots going on here. So to me, you know, the Chariot is a very fast-moving energy, and the Sun is like happiness, optimism. So I feel like things could move very fast in this connection, or have moved very fast in the connection, maybe in the past. And that at the same time, it kind of manifested some stress and anxiety. And it could have been because there is like control issues, or a control issue here. I heard the word controlling. like your mother. Okay, some of you, it is like your mother, their mother. I don't know. The mother came up. Just throwing that out there. Take it or leave it. But anyways, and then there's this sense of like, I don't care, or trying to detach from it, or there's like disappointment here, right? Because it could have started off so fresh. I'm getting that song, so fresh and so clean, clean. So fresh and exciting, and like, yes, things are moving forward, we're manifesting this, and then like something pops up that's really stressful, and then it's like kind of pumping the brakes, or feeling like, I don't know, disappointed in the way something went. Let's see this person's, where are they at emotionally? How do they feel towards Gemini? The Emperor, they have very, remember I was saying like mirror, mirror projections? Like you have such similar cards, the both of you. Very similar. The Hermit, the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, shoot. Ten of Cups, Two of Pentacles. So, this person, they could very well be the one that likes to be in control, to say. Or they might just be a very controlling, possessive, like, authoritative type of personality. Of course, that could be you. It could be interchanged because it's a general read, but at the same time, I feel like this person's very reflective. You know, they do have some self-awareness about them, or they have had some sort of spiritual awakening, you know, or reflecting period. And really what's that caused them to do is to put all of their focus and progress towards the people that mean the most to them, you know, their family, loved ones, feeling a sense of connection, you, if you're a part of that Gemini. And then, you know, needing to make choices though, still at the end of the day, because I feel like their priorities weren't straight. Something about getting their priorities straight in the past. And so there's still some things like up in the air, or there's still like things that need to be figured out. So let's see what the most likely outcome is then for this time period. Anyways, which can be changed by free will based on your vibration. Oh, almost threw that card. The Tower, Justice, I keep getting that one lyric to the song, because it ain't what you think and it ain't what you do. I don't know what that means. The Tower, Justice, and the Hangman. So what's interesting to me is like the Tower is like that very unexpected energy that I told you about in the spiritual reading. And you see the Justice card, this lady is blindfolded. It's like she doesn't even see what's happening or what's coming, or you know what I mean? Like, or I actually heard ignorance is bliss. So I feel like this is actually a positive thing. Or maybe some of you are blindfolding yourself to your own destruction, or some sort of destructive person or nature or whatever, you know, like we're putting the blindfold on or the blinders on type of energy. Or it's like you almost don't want to see something coming, or you don't want to see it. It's a very interesting energy. I'm sorry if I'm not like deciphering it correctly, but I hope you understand. The Hangman though is seeing things from a different perspective. So it's interesting because it's like whether you try to blind yourself from this or not, you're going to see it. It's going to be shown to you. And for some of you, if this is a repetitive pattern where you're trying to ignore something that maybe is self-destructive or destructive in general, or toxic or whatever, and it could be within yourself or within a person that you're dealing with, I feel like the universe is going to keep showing it to you over and over and over again anyways, until you course correct, until you acknowledge, until you do that inner work and release whatever this is, right? A lot of our own negative patterning comes from us refusing to see our own negative patterning. You know what I mean? It's called shadow work. It's very intense and not always so easy. So sometimes it's just easier to just, yeah, not do anything about it, you know? And I'm not actually telling you, you must do something about it. Like, you're going to be fine. I mean, universe has always got your back either way. But if you want some sort of pattern to stop, then you have to change the way you think about it. Oh, and that's where the song came from. It's not about what you say. It's not about what you do. It's about what you think that matters. What do you think? Oh, this reading is deep. Not expecting all of this. Goodness gracious. I feel like the cards are socking it to us. Okay, so let me lighten the mood here. Let's see what this person's most likely next step is. So good. Justice. So again, they have a same or similar energy. Ace of Cups. Yeah, this person wants to bring balance, wants to bring peace to the situation, fairness, all of that. And especially when it comes to, like, who they love, what means the most to them, or you, Gemini. Some of you, this person wants to make peace because they love you or they have love for you, but at the same time, there's a lot of uncertainty around this. It's almost like not really. It's funny because both of these people have blindfolds on. Oh my gosh, both of you have blindfolds on. Both of you are not seeing your part in something, but it's a two-way street. And it has to deal with thought and expectation and patterning. And it's on both sides. But see, the thing is, they have 10 of Swords here, which means that's about to come to an end, or there'll be closure, or there at least an opportunity for them to also come out of the dark, take the blindfold off, and see something for as it really, really is. And that's the missing puzzle piece. Oh! Oh! I cannot with myself. I mean, what was that? Like Santa Claus laugh? Sorry. I just felt like, yeah, period. You know? Like, how more black and white can it get? It's so awesome. Okay. Guidance. Actually, I don't feel like either of these because I was not paying attention. Give me guidance for my Geminis. Guidance for Gemini. Says, oops, card number 9. I'm a vibrational being, vibrationally emanating desires. You live in a vibrational universe that is managed by the law of attraction. And so it's important for you to acknowledge that you are a vibrational being first and foremost. You are constantly emanating your signal of desire. And when from your human form, you offer a vibration of what you want because you know what you don't want, so you know what you do want. You cannot contemplate on any subject without equal components of wanted and unwanted appearing in your life as it is responding to your thoughts and vibration. Wow, very interesting, Gemini. Ooh, we're going to leave it there for now. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with. I have Libra here, Virgo, Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries again, Leo, Capricorn, could be another Gemini, and Pisces. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Wishing you the very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste.